Folks, Species 7 here. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my Let's Play of Farming Simulator 2013. We are, of course, on the modded Hagenstedt map, and it's modded with the More Realism mod. Now, where we are today is where I actually was at sort of the beginning of last episode, and there's a reason for that. The entire point of the last episode was to show another change in this mod, and that's the way seeds and seeding work. Instead, I started enjoying playing Farming Simulator, and the next thing I knew I was just out seeding a field, and all was well. And yeah, I didn't actually notice till after the mic was off that, oh yeah, there were some things I really needed to point out. And one of the viewers actually realized that when I pulled away my seeder, I was at minus $36,000. Yes, I spent $100,000 on seeds. Let's explain how that's done. So I have the Amazon 3000 seeder that we bought beginning of last episode. About the same amount of money in my bank account. Yeah, I didn't save the last episode. That's the difference. Now, the seeder is set for wheat, so let's get some wheat, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, close enough. 100 of wheat. Okay. Now, that didn't cost a lot. As you can see, we only had 32 and a little bit to start with, and we now have 31, almost still 32. So that 100 was less than $1,000. Now, normally what we would do in this game is you probably wouldn't be buying wheat if you'd already cleared that first field. You'd buy canola. Why? Well, gee, let's look at our prices on the PDA, and we can see that whereas wheat is just a hair above 200 and barley is a good shade below it, canola, on the other hand, is darn near peaking at $400. So, obviously that's what you'd be buying, would be canola, or you'd switch to canola. So let's switch. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, I got as far as barley. All of a sudden I again have $32,000 in my account, and my seeder is empty. Aha! So let's buy the same 100 or so of barley. Now it's really hard to get this accurate, guys, because basically all you're doing is hitting the R key on and hitting it and turn it off. So here we go. There we go, pretty close. Didn't cost a heck of a lot more. We're still at 31 and 7, so that's about where we were with wheat. So wheat and barley, fairly comparable. The barley, in fact, might have been a little cheaper. I'm not sure. So, let's move along with our little experiment here and go to canola. Okay, now I've got my 32,000. Now you notice I don't have quite as much money. Now I'm not sure if this is a bug, but I think this is based on me selling back the barley. You see? Yeah, because it didn't cost as much, I didn't get as much back. So I lost $100 switching from wheat to barley and then deciding it wasn't barley I wanted. Well, that's probably fair. There should be a tax on stupid, and I just paid it. But let's say we want 100 of canola. So we've switched to canola. Let's grab 100, shall we? We got $32,178. Oops, went a little over, but not bad. You'll notice that cost us half of our money. We just spent $15,000 on just a hair over 100 units of canola seeds. So, yeah, big difference. Now, how do they justify this? Okay, first of all, yeah, the selling price of canola is about twice as much. The second way they justify this, and I just can't do that. Now you'll see again, I now have an empty seeder, and I only have $29,809 to fill up with. So there you go. You do lose a little bit by doing that. So when they have, you first need to fill the implement at the bottom of your screen there with a big exclamation point beside it? There's a reason for that now. Choose what seed you want, and then fill your seeder. Let's see what 100 grass cost us, shall we? Not bad. About $300-400. Pretty cheap. And again, switching lost us some money. So, a couple $100. Alright. Like I said, I'm not going to save this episode either. This was just to demonstrate what's going on. Although, in all honesty, I didn't lose that much money. I suppose I could save it. I only lost, well, $7,000. A mission. I lost a mission worth to show you guys this. There you go. Not a big deal. But the other thing with it, not only is it cheaper, not only does canola sell for about twice as much, but to do our first small field, right, this little guy here, which I have seeded with wheat, yeah, this little guy here, to seed that with wheat, it costs about almost half of what was in this seeder, so about 300 wheat seed. Canola seed, I would have used much less. I could have seeded probably that field and the big one beside it for the same amount of seeds. So there again is another big difference, okay, is that, and as for harvests, I understand that's, oops, it's not as easy to drive as it used to be. You gotta think about what you're gonna do and then do it. My God, there's a concept for you. So, there you are. That's kind of what I wanted to get shown to you guys this episode. Not a long episode, but I wanted to get that straightened out, because at least the first, well, I'd imagine, I'm going to hope that every episode has some sort of a point to it. But the first few are going to have some pretty drastically big, must pay attention to type points. The first episode, of course, I showed how the mechanics, the physics of the game were different. The second one, I explained that don't count on everything you do as being the influence on crops, i.e., if I sell nothing but canola to the mill for a week straight and sell them 2 of our biggest semi-truckloads full of it, you know, that's not, it may bring the price of canola down a bit, but by the same token, every single day there's sort of a randomizer thrown in there, and this would be the effect of the rest of the outside world, which in real life would include everything from stock market shares down to whether or not the farmer got out of bloody bed that morning. So, yeah, don't expect crops to remain anywhere near as fluid in value as they were before. There will be considerably more fluctuation, and that's what I pointed out in the second episode. So last episode I wanted to explain the drastic changes in seeding and how that worked, i.e. don't fill your seeder full of wheat, go out to your field. This one's nice and close, it wouldn't have been dragged, but if I'd have been somewhere out by the, the cow farm and had filled my seeder, gone all the way out there and went, oh yeah, I wanted to plant barley, and switch to barley, well, I'd have to drive all the way back to the farm and fill my seeder again, and I'd be out a couple $100 in stupid tax. So, there you are. I hope that this was informative for everyone. We will put this as we go along here. Now, this kind of moves canola into more of a mid-game type crop, where we'll start to see whether things like sugar beet and potatoes has as much of an effect. Because again, they're sort of a mid-game. I mean, I can't afford any more than I can afford to go out and buy a hay baler and an auto stacker right now. I certainly can't afford to go out and buy even the most minimum type of potato or sugar beet equipment. You need special planters, special harvesters, etc. You guys know the drill. So that's going to be it for this episode. We will get to all of these other things as we are required to, and I will try and remember to deal with them as the episode comes up, as opposed to have to do what I did this one and just sort of go, oh look, I'm playing Farming Simulator, and then have to do a special episode to show you what I really wanted to show you. So other thing of note, folks, is currently Steam is having a sale on all the Focus games. Focus Home Entertainment, which is the publisher on this one. Giants built the game, but it's put out by Focus Entertainment. And I believe Farming Simulator 2013 with the, what the heck did the Giants call it? Rustic Pack, is going for less than half price. So, good time to buy it if you don't have it already. If you don't have it already, well, shame on you. It is also, I believe, going to be available on consoles within the next week or two. So, or at least the 360. So there you be, guys. This has been Species 7. Hope this helped us out. And until next time, well, take care of each other and ciao for now.